who's ready to tune into the value that we're about to give on today's stream, on the replay that we're about to drop. I highly advise if you guys are just tuning in to the channel, if this is your first time tuning in, I highly advise that you guys send this out to 5 people, because I promise you guys the information that you guys are going to get within here, the information that you guys can get within the past videos will get you guys the results in which you guys are looking to get. And so um, I got a couple different things I'm going to show you guys in terms of today. For everybody that does get in the Discord, I'm going to drop screenshots of my past student that went through our mentorship. He came in the mentorship um, December of last year, so it's about a year now, going on a year. But this happened about, what, in June or July? In June. Or That happened in May or June. I'll look up the messages right after this, and I'm gonna drop them in the Discord, so that everybody on here can see. I'm gonna literally drop screenshots of mine and his messages of him going through and showing me his student loans being removed from his report. So I'm gonna let you guys know everything that I taught him step by step. Like I said, he got started in December. He got it removed in, I believe it was either May or June. So like I said, I'm gonna confirm it, and I'm gonna drop a screenshot in the Discord for everybody to go through and look. So if you guys are not in the Discord yet, just message me on Instagram. The @ is the same on YouTube as it is on Instagram and on all social media platforms at Credit Gotti. So feel free to find me on there and connect with me and direct message me, and I'll send you guys the Discord link as all of the other links are being created still. I'm excited though, before we hop into the training, to announce that they are just underway. They're about to be dropped here. Like I said, they'd be done before the 21st. They're about to be done here in the next 24 hours. And then we're going to finalize them, test them, and then drop them on Monday next week. So I'm excited to drop everything for you guys, and allow you guys to see the things that we're dropping. And then with that, we'll have the five ebooks promised. But on top of that, by the end of the year, we'll have over 30 more ebooks that we're gonna have collectively. So I'm excited above all else to provide these for you guys. Um, so without further ado, who's here? Who here is ready to learn how to discharge student loans off their consumer report? And they do not have to be in bad standing. I want you guys to understand that. Whether they're in good standing or whether they're in bad standing, you guys can get student loans removed from your guys' consumer report, and you guys can get the debt zeroed out. Because if we go to the finance charge, just like with the car contracts, I want you guys to request your agreements. I want you guys to request the file. So let's come here to, I'm gonna go slow, real slow through this one for y'all. We might be here for a little while. I'm in a different type of mode lately. So if we come here, so keep in mind, family, I'm in the definition section of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, 1681A. So the term file, this is the first thing that we're doing. In essence, I talked about it last time. I believe on last live. I can't remember what live, but the file is basically the audit trail on, every transaction that you've had with these banks, from the beginning of you entering into that consumer credit transaction, and we know that's our credit card being ran. So the moment that it was ran, a file was created. So I want you guys to request the file as well as the consumer report. So these are two separate things that we're going to be requesting. Next, I'm going to keep you guys here within the definition section of the FCRA. It talks about exclusions. I always talk about this one right here. So we got to get clear on the term consumer report and what it truly means. It's just any written, oral, or other communication. So if one of you guys was right here in front of me and I was describing what you guys look like, what you guys are wearing, what your hair looks like, that's a consumer report. So understand that any you know, an elaborate mechanism, if you go to the congressional findings, was used to develop, the credit worthiness, credit standing, and credit capacity. That's highly disrespectful to call these consumer reporting agencies an elaborate mechanism. They are nobody and they hold absolutely no power other than the power in which you give them. They're supposed to receive, permission from you, the consumer, to even furnish any information on your behalf. That's permissible purpose, 1681B. So these are just certain codes that you guys can throw at them. So not specifically, obviously, the consumer report, but I'm just making sure you guys understand what a consumer report is, how little to no power these consumer reporting agencies hold. Financial institutions as well too, in essence, are consumer reporting agencies as well too, because they have their own, scoring system as well too. Each bank is going to have a different credit score for you. This whole credit scoring system, there is no such thing as a credit score as a whole. Nowhere in the FCRA do they define the term credit score. So I want to make that very clear. Then if we come here to the exclusion section, it talks about information as to transactions or experiences should be excluded from a consumer's report between the consumer and the person making the report. And then another one down here talks about any authorization or approval of a specific extension of credit directly or indirectly by the issuer of a credit card or similar device. We know a credit card is our social security number. So anytime our social security number is, used on or furnished on a consumer report, that's a violation in accordance to 15 USC 1681A 2B. And that's any authorization or approval of a specific extension of credit directly or indirectly by the issuer of a credit card or similar device. And so these are just things within the definition section. We haven't even really gone into the process of what we're going to do. So first things first, once we get that report, or once we get that file, and once we get that consumer report, now we have the evidence and the ammunition that we need to start attacking them. So the first thing that I highly advise every one of you guys go through and do is draft up, like I always say, a cease and desist letter. First things first. The administrative process must start, on our end with a cease and desist letter. So I even like to, I got a couple different methods in which I'll hit them with. Today I'm going to go over the method specifically. I'm not going to go over the newer method that I've been going over with our clients that I am dropping within the Billionaires Club and the Mob. I'm also uploading 3 to 5 videos within all of the membership levels tonight. So stay tuned for all of those videos if you guys are in the membership levels. If you guys are not, I highly advise you guys get into one of the membership levels. They're less than $25, so don't play with it. Don't play with yourself. You guys are getting already. Imagine what you guys are getting for free already. Imagine what you guys can get for $25. We over delivering with the $25 packages too. But now, YBC University, it's coming soon. We're gonna have the mobile app, and on there we'll have over 100 videos and recorded videos from the past 2 years of different trainings with me, throughout the mentorships, as we do 2 calls a week, and we've done that for the past 2 years. And so we definitely got a lot of recordings and a lot of game, and so Saturday we're going to be doing a collab with one of my mentees, one of my previous clients that became a mentee that is now actually working with the label, and so I'm excited to present the information we're going to drop on that aspect. He's going to give some crypto information. He's actually a certified DeFi educator. I mean, he can tell y'all more on that side, but he's certified and he got some certificate or something in the DeFi space. But he'll be able to tell y'all more on Saturday on that aspect. But he's been able to leverage credit for a lot of different things, and I'm gonna let him speak in regards to his success stories with coming in and applying the things in which we're teaching with the consumer law. And he's got a lot of things cooking himself. So I'll let him tell you guys a lot more. Not you forgetting your question. Well, guess what, Crystal? We're gonna be here for a little bit. Just take some deep breaths. All right, take some deep breaths. Clear your mind. I know it's late night, but this is where and when source just flows through me the most. So and that's the thing, even with YouTube, like, I'm at the point in where I'm not even ready to produce the amount of value in which I'm going to, in which I want to for you guys, until I get these systems set up, because I don't want to deliver upon these things and not have these systems in place. And so we're gonna have everything to the T. Email lists, text messages, all of that. So stay tuned. All the websites are being finalized very, very soon coming. My God, Christian Hernandez, stay tuned in. Peace and blessings, brother. And so cease and desist, like I said, is always typically the first step that we're taking. Who here is familiar with cease and desist? Drop in the chat box if y'all are familiar with cease and desist. Whom here is familiar with cease and desist? So, do y'all want to see? Drop a 3 in the chat if y'all want to see some of my examples of cease and desist letters. I'll just pull up. Drop a 3, but also get the likes up. We got to see at least 5 likes if the viewing is showing as such. All right, if y'all want to see, an example, I need y'all right now to send this live out to 5 people. And I don't know, because I can see on my end. Once you get it monetized, you can see, who sent it and who has not. Loletta has joined the mob. Loletta Jones. Excuse me if I'm saying your name incorrect, but Loletta, welcome to the family. Welcome to the mob. Like I said, I'm going to be dropping 3 to 5 more videos tonight. So the information we got in there, great. Let's execute it. Let's take notes. Let's stay a student. Make sure you get into the Discord. Drop a screenshot that it's you, Loletta. Drop a screenshot of your membership within the Discord, and I'll enter you or give you access, I should say, to some private chats within the Discord for people that are in the mob. And this goes for all of my mob members. If you guys are not in the Discord, get in the Discord. Within there, as you're in the Billionaires Club or the mob, you guys get access to private channels within the Discord. So the public channel has over at least 50 different tabs of private channels for throughout my mentorship. But also I got a lot of different private channels for individuals or for everybody that's within the mob and within the Billionaires Club. So make sure you guys are, plugged into that. I got a course coming soon outside of even YouTube. And then you guys will be able to have that mobile app similar to YBC University, with everything which you guys are getting on the YouTube as well too. So I got a lot coming for everybody that is a part of the mob. So stay tuned. I'm not on social media. I don't got nobody to send it to. But I'll be telling my friends about you though. I'm gonna get Instagram or something soon. You don't need Instagram, Tell a friend, tell a stranger, tell a homeless person, tell somebody in which tell homeless people like everywhere I go when I see the homeless people, yo, check out the YouTube. I got some things that can help you. So I hope they're checking it out. I know they got access to internet. I was at the barbershop yesterday and told them about you. That's love. All right, so whom's ready? If y'all want to see some cease and desist examples, so like I said, this is the first step in getting, rid of student loans. So this isn't going to be the end all be all of getting it removed. But I got some example letters for you guys if you guys want to see, how I've gone about drafting up cease and desist letters over the years. All right, let's get the lights up. Let's get the lights up. Let's get the lights up. I see a lot of people have been sending this live out. So if you guys are tuning in, the more you guys send this live out, and I can see on my end that you guys are or not, the more I'm going to go in depth with the process and give you guys different templates. But this one specifically is a cease and desist one. So notice the agent is notice the principal. Notice the principal is notice the agent. I'm always putting them on principal, family. Putting them on notice. Excuse me. This is reference to the consumer report sent by your company via mail, dated. I'm always letting them know and dating it. While checking the above report, it came to my notice that your company has furnished an account on my report that is inaccurate and pursuant to 15 USC 1692A, number 2, the term communication. How many of you guys are familiar with the term communication? If not, we got to get clear on what it even means to, what communication even truly means. So, if not, it means the conveying of information regarding a debt directly or indirectly to any person through any medium. As per the literal interpretation, any medium includes any oral, written, electronic, or other mediums. Therefore, furnishing of the consumer report by the company will amount to communication. So they're furnishing this report on my consumer report. That also is a form of communication. Pursuant to my rights as pursuant to 15 USC 1692C, CC, I hereby am providing you formal notice to cease any further communication regarding this account immediately. This includes but not limited to telephone calls, emails, social media, or any consumer reporting agency. Any further contact by your agent or company except the communication confirming your acknowledgement of this letter is in violation of the FDCPA. If you do not cease communication, a lawsuit will be commenced against you. Thank you for your cooperation. And then enclosed with it, I'm going to send a copy of my consumer report. I'm also going to send a copy of my non-citizen national passport card. If you don't have your passport card, you don't need it. Like, I'm just saying that because that's what I do. But for my clients, I'll just send like, copy of their ID, copy of billing as well. Let's see. So for cease and desist letter, that stops communication as well as alleged debts. Correct. But with this one specifically, yeah. So I want you guys to get very clear on the term communication and what it truly means. So once again, as per literal interpretation, any medium includes any oral, written, electronic, or other mediums. Therefore, furnishing of the consumer report. So furnishing of the consumer report, I'll put in quotation marks, bearing information regarding the alleged debt, in parentheses, by the company will amount to the communication as per the FDCPA. And then in pursuant to 1692 CC, I'm hereby providing you with formal notice to cease any further communication regarding this account immediately. So y'all go read 1692 CC. Y'all tell me what it says. Well, I'm not here to, be or do anything other than show you guys and direct you guys the power that we all hold and how these laws have been put in place since the 70s for us to use, because these debt collectors have been violating consumers for some time now. And so this is the first step that I'm taking. Always, always, always. And so the next thing that I'm doing, all while I'm doing this, and the main thing that I'm looking for is a response. I'm not looking for a deletion, right away, right off the bat, all the time. A lot of times you guys are expecting a deletion right then and there, and that's not, going to happen. Also within the contract, once you guys have found that and gotten that file and gotten the agreement, you guys will see the finance charge. Within the finance charge, you guys, just like the auto loan contract, in terms of a finance charge, if there is a finance charge, we know, that's the sum of all payments. That's the total amount of payments. So there shouldn't be anything outside of that. So the month-to-month payments that you guys are making, you guys are making payments on a debt that's already been credited. Once you guys are making payments on a debt in which has already been credited, you guys credited them, and then on top of that, they gave you debt through the contract, through the agreement which you guys signed. If you guys look at the finance charge right next to it, just like on an auto loan, it'll tell you the amount financed. I say this all the time. Let me show you guys what it looks like so you guys get clear. Like, start looking at these agreements. Stop believing what I say. Start looking at these agreements. All right? And start taking action. Like, y'all don't got to get on a phone call with me. Like, everything on the videos, I'm telling y'all. Draft up these letters. Send it to these companies. Like, there's not no specific person that or place that you guys got to send it to. Send it to these companies. Yes, there are addresses, specific addresses in which you guys can send it to these companies, in which it'll help in terms of getting directly sent to their legal team. And that's what I use in terms of going through, especially when we take them through the arbitration process, in which me and my team have been doing a lot lately and getting a lot of success and deletions with, specifically through the pre-arbitration, not even having to go through arbitration, but pre-arbitration, but sending it to, these legal addresses, the legal team addresses for these companies. But the truth in lending disclosure, let's pull it up for y'all. So family, I want y'all to go look for this on your guys' student loan contract. Finance charge, amount finance charge, the amount of credit provided to you on your behalf. Right, a lot of people hit me up in terms of getting access to, this Treasury Direct account, this TDA account. I don't teach none of that. You guys have a trust. You guys have an organization. You guys have a strawman. You guys have whatever, a TDA, a SESA KV. You guys have a corporation that was created by the government that, funds and insures your whole life. In Canada, my girl's a Canadian. She's from Canada, born and raised. They have a social insurance number, a SIN number. Right? They let you know right away our whole life is insured. And the same thing here, it's 9 digits, just like it's 9 digits there. Just like a TIN number, just like an EIN number. That's why my business partner Taquan X, he talked about how you can use an EIN number on the personal credit side to build personal credit with this EIN. If you guys haven't watched that video, go tune into that last video, the last live that I just did with him. I highly advise you guys tune into that one. But go look up the finance charge. Go look up the truth in lending disclosure. From there, now we got violations within truth in lending. 1601, the misuse of your credit. 1605, the finance charge. And then, taking payments outside of the finance charge. 1611, holding them criminally liable. You know, go through past and prior videos of us going through and breaking these down. I'm gonna come through facing USC 1602. So cease and desist so far. These are just different violations that you guys can draft up within an affidavit of fact. That's why I'm giving you guys all of these codes. Draft up an affidavit of fact. Go watch the affidavit of fact video of the live that we have where I help you draft up the header, the intro. You guys then will draft up the facts. It is a fact that, boom, in pursuant to what was the violation. And so I've given you guys multiple thus far within truth and lending. We haven't even dove into the FDCPA. We've gone over cease and desist. Each letter and that I'm sending to these creditors as well too. I'm sending on top of that an attorney general complaint to with this company. The complaint is against the lender, whether it's Blank May, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mae, Sally Mae, don't matter what May, right? Or I'm not even gonna name any of these lenders, right? But it doesn't matter whom it's with. So let me see. Let me take you guys here to. Let me see what y'all talking about. No dealership stuff today. We're talking all student loans today. All student loans today. Oh yeah, this music that I listen to all the time. It's a must. Gotta ease the mind. So for cease and desist, y'all let us talk. Okay, I'll be right there. I went to the dealership about okay. All right, so cease and desist. We got affidavit of facts with all the findings that we're, building up. Um, another one as well too. Breaking down that open-end credit plan, and how we have an open-ended credit plan. If you think about something that's open-ended, there is no end to it. Furthermore, adequate notice. The term adequate notice, it means a printed notice to a cardholder which sets forth the pertinent facts clearly and conspicuously so that a person against whom is to operate could reasonably be expected to have notice and understand its meaning. We weren't given proper adequate notice when it comes to the student loans. A lot of you guys applied online, just like credit cards, and weren't given proper adequate notice. And so that's another violation within 1602. Let's see. And then furthermore, unauthorized use. I love using this one and breaking this one down as well too. Um, if you truly know how, and this is why I say the definition section is so powerful. And like, this isn't just going for student loans. This is going for any account right here. Both the term adequate notice and the term unauthorized use. So the term unauthorized use means a use of a credit card by a person other than the cardholder who does not have actual implied. So the term cardholder means any person to whom a credit card, the term credit card, is issued, or any person to who has agreed with the card issuer to pay obligations arising from the issuance of a credit card to another person. So the term unauthorized use states, once again, means a use of a credit card by a person, by an organization other than the cardholder who does not have actual implied or apparent authority. They don't have actual implied or apparent authority for such use, and for which the cardholder, where the cardholder once again, receives no benefit. What benefit are y'all getting out of paying monthly, month-to-month payments? With y'all consume with your guys' student loans, with this debt that's already been paid, that's already been credited. And so that's another violation with this 1602. And so these are all just ones that will help you within your affidavit of fact. Make sure to get that notarized. You guys can go to a notary public at you guys' bank for free. Um, so keep that in mind. Make sure you guys are going through. Um, and make sure you guys are exercising it accordingly. All right, so affidavit of fact, we got cease and desist, and so I want to break this down a little bit. All right, so when it comes to debt validation, this is the next step that I'm taking. And the next step in the administrative process is as a whole, which is, you know, the steps we're taking that I've taught my team. Here all of our consumer law specialists, we've taught them, our administrative process. And so I'm going to go over a little bit of it on today's call, specific with the student loans and, things that we've done to get them removed. And so CFPB complaints are vital in this process. So every letter that we're sending through the administrative process, we also got to make sure we're sending it through the CFPB as well too. I highly advise that we all go through and do that. Also, filing an attorney general complaint as well too. So cease and desist and an attorney general complaint. So both of those complaints, on top of sending it directly to them. Every time we send it to them, we're sending it certified mail. Certified mail, green return receipt. You guys are getting the return receipt, showing that they've received it. They're sending you back that green return receipt. And so when it comes to debt validation, I'm not just sending all 5 requests at once. I talked about this today on my Instagram. I'm dropping and requesting each verification, each form of validation, one by one. And so a letter is going to look a little like this. On blank, I received a letter in the mail from your company. Okay, if you didn't receive a letter, say you checked your consumer report and saw that their company had reported an alleged debt on your consumer report, and I do not agree with the amount in your letter or the amount being reported on my consumer report. And in pursuant to 1692 GA1, I am requesting the amount of the alleged debt and how the amount of this alleged debt was calculated. Please keep in mind this is only a request for the validation of the amount of the alleged debt pursuant to 1692A number 1, and please be clear on where this debt originated and how it was calculated, and any supporting documentation that proves your claim is valid. Please keep in mind I am not requesting that you send me proof of location information, my place of abode. I am requesting, and y'all get familiar on what proper location information truly means. But anyways, I am only requesting the alleged amounts of the debt you claim I owe and how it was calculated. And so that's where I come, to y'all. Because a lot of y'all don't even know what location information means. A lot of y'all don't know what a place of abode is. A lot of y'all don't know the definitions where you guys are looking to get these processes done. Like I said, y'all should have flashcards. Y'all should have note cards. I'm going to recreate mine, and I'm going to have them on each call. I'm going to start doing whiteboard trainings and having these whiteboard trainings for you guys to go through and study as well, too, with these whiteboard trainings. But I want everybody to have flashcards so that we're all exercising and using these flashcards and having them on the go and constantly seeing them. Like I said, using the flashcards as, a bookmark, but constantly just, you know, reading through the definitions and getting familiar with the basics and the fundamentals. And so with that validation, we're going through and requesting each form of validation. So that was just number one. And you guys seen how specific I was in terms of me just requesting that number one. So now I'm gonna read number five to you guys, the last one to you guys. I'm not gonna read all five, but number five would look something like this. So I went 1 through 4. Now this is number five. This letter is being sent to you in response to the account furnished on my consumer report. When asked, your office replied that the dispute regarding the validity of the debt is not raised within the prescribed time period. Therefore, the same is furnished in your report. According to 15 U.S.C. 1692A, number 5, the term debt means any obligation, right? Any obligation or alleged obligation. Remember that word or, right? What does the word or mean? Drop in the chat box if y'all know what the word or means. Alleged obligation of a consumer to pay money arising out of a transaction in which the money, property, insurance, or services which are the subject of the transaction are primarily for personal, family, or household purposes, whether or not such obligation has been reduced to judgment. Further, according to 15 U.S.C. 1692 G, C, all right, this is C. Check this one out. The failure of a consumer to dispute the validity of a debt under this section may not be construed by any court as an admission of liability by the consumer. Therefore, I would like to inform you that this debt is not valid, and my failure to dispute the validity of this debt will not amount to an admission of liability. I further request you to kindly remove this alleged debt from my consumer report and compensate me for my mental as well as financial distress at this point now, because this is after going through and requesting all 5 forms of validation and verification. After this, we got that student loan of $26,000 removed from his report. See, these were the only steps that we went through and took. He did send off prior to that, and through the process of going through and sending all 5, steps of validation, he did send off an affidavit of fact as well too, which I believe did play a huge part in the removal of that account as well too. But I'm going to drop right after this call, screenshot of our client and him removing that 26,000 off his consumer report. Let me see, family. And so 1692G holds a lot of weight. It's very powerful if you know how to use it properly. Let me see. But really go look up. So I want you guys also, of course, look at the finance charge, find the truth in lending disclosure. And then after that, I want you guys also to look for the arbitration clause. And so if you guys are in the mob, you guys are going to get the recording and where I'm showing you guys step by step on how to file and go through and take these corporations to arbitration for $25. Y'all can learn how to get paid bands, thousands from these corporations. All right, thousands, family, for $25. But I'm excited above all else, family, to to continue to see the results in terms of student loans. This is going to be a huge focus with student loans being back, and where everybody's making payments again for student loans. They're not on hold anymore. People are going out, millions of people are going out and making payments for student loans on a debt in which they do not owe, on debts in which have already been paid. And if you guys look at the nonsense that's going on with Biden and him and all this money laundering, how can a corporation that is, let me show you guys something. Hear me out real quick. U.S. World Debt Clock. How can a corporation that is 30-something trillion in debt, 33 trillion in debt, how can they loan out billions of dollars, billions, bees, bees, billions of dollars to Israel. It don't make sense. How can a corporation that is 33 trillion and counting, and every time you guys run your credit card, more debt is created, right? Remember, in order for debt to arise, there's got to be credit. In order for there to be credit, there's got to be a creditor. Whom is the creditor? In order to be a creditor, you got to be a creator. Or you got to be able to create, you got to be able to create life. Why is it that these corpse, these dead entities, push to do business with you, the creditor, you, the natural person? Because we give them life through contract, through wet ink signatures, through these agreements, and that's how they get us into making these obligations of these payments, of a debt, a les obligation because of these agreements when family all 18 USC 8. That's all I'm gonna say. I've covered it multiple times. 18 USC 8 family. Go look it up. All obligations are upon the United States. They're 33 and trillion. And whom are they indebted to? Me and you, your brothers, your sisters, we the people, family. And so it's time to come for reparations. As all of this money laundering is going on, right now is the best time to acquire, these and get your credit report built out, structured out to be able to acquire, the most amounts of lines of credits and, discharge them because of all this money laundering that is going on. The banks are, what's about to go on in the banking system is about to be spooky. And so it's vital that everybody does take advantage of the banking system right now, of, everything in which we have at hand, as the banking system is going to take the hit in which is going to take here real soon. And so right now is the best time ever to acquire all the loans, to be able to go through and rescind with the right of rescission, Title 15 USC 1635, but properly knowing how to do so, not just acting and going based off ignorance and no knowledge of even the definition section within truth and lending. A lot of you guys are looking to exercise the right of rescission, because I know for a fact nobody on this call has been, disclosed their right to rescind any contract. These lenders don't want you to know that you can rescind any contract. Why would they want? Why would they want you to know that? But they hide it in the fine print within the agreement that they get you to sign, in which they deceive you and mislead you into signing. Go look up 1692E. I promise you, you guys will find 5 to 10 different violations within Title 15 USC 1692E, false and misleading representation. If you guys got an attorney in which you guys are going against, number 3 will go ahead and drop and beat that case right then and there. And so for student loans, family, we got to know, above all else, specifically truth in lending. We got to know the FDCPA, and we got to draft the affidavits. Not just one affidavit, multiple affidavits, sending out CFPB complaints. All letters that we're sending to the creditors are certified, mail, green return receipt as well too. We're also filing attorney general complaints. So when I send out my cease and desist letter, when I send out my debt validation, when I send out my affidavits, I'm attaching the file. I'm attaching, a copy of it. I'm keeping a copy for myself. Always, anytime you guys do anything, keep a copy of yourself. Always keep that paper trail. Always keep that green return receipt. Staple that to the copy that you have, so that you guys have all of your stuff organized. So you have all of your chips in order. So that you have the ammunition that I talked about. So when you go to war, y'all coming with that shit, and y'all not just coming lacking. Y'all really coming packing. Y'all not trying to come to war lacking. I promise you, you're not. You want to come packing. Y'all want to have that. Y'all want to have that. I want to have that shit. And so, in essence, and in all reality, family, like we do gotta have our chips in order. And so, in doing so, like this is gonna help you guys do so. Certified, green mail return receipt. You know, Attorney General complaints, CFPB complaints, affidavits, getting them notarized. Each affidavit, I'm keeping a copy for myself as well too. I promise you guys. Going through the agreement, breaking down the agreement, sending them a copy of their own agreement and all of the violations within it, breaking down the truth and lending disclosure and how the amount financed already covers the finance charge. Breaking down 1605 to them, breaking down the right of rescission to them as well too. That goes for any consumer credit transaction. You can rescind your student loan contract as well too, within that 3-year time frame. The right of rescission applies to your student loans as well too. So truth in lending, that's why I say that's the most powerful subchapter, family. So why haven't we mastered the definition section? Why haven't we mastered the foundation and the basics of it? Why you never get too big for the little things? Like I mentioned on just about every live, the moment you get too big for the little things is a moment that the little things will become too big for you. So never get too big for them. Always stay a student. Master the basics before you guys look to go and exercise, any process that you guys are, whether it's on my channel that you guys are learning from or anybody's channel. Master the basics. And so, let me see something. Okay. I'm excited, fam. I'm excited for all the results. This is just part one of student loan removal. There's no point in giving you guys the whole step by step. Arbitration does play a step in it, in the process in it. And all while going through that, you guys can go through the pre-arbitration process. For all of my mob members that are familiar with the pre-arbitration process, you guys can do such, when it comes to student loans while going through, those first two steps within the administrative process. And so, family, that's all that I have for you guys in terms of today on the live. Does anybody have any last minute questions for me? If not, I know it is late around the globe, early around the globe, depending upon where you're tuned in from. But for me, on my end, it's about time to get ready for the next day. We're already in the next day, but get ready for the morning. Tag this beautiful Thursday. What's the word, family? What's the word? Credit Gotti back at the crib, man. We in the office. I'm about to revamp and I'm about to put together a whole studio. So each live we're gonna be in the studio. So stay tuned for that. But I'm gonna have a microphone. I'm gonna have a white backdrop. I'm gonna have like a neon Credit Gotti, sign, Billionaires Club sign. Y'all know the movement, man. Any questions for me? Or means power, or gives or is just freedom. It gives anytime you have or, yes, correct, is power. It's giving the power is in your hands. Exactly. You have the ability to choose. Whether it is an obligation or it's a alleged obligation. Sorry for all of the off-topic questions, family, but requesting and seeking remedy on proper disclosures for an auto loan, no auto loan stuff today. For credit denial, should I use an affidavit or affidavit of discrimination in a credit transaction. For credit denial, yeah, I would definitely draft up an affidavit, and watch the past videos we've done, especially the one I did in the airport. Um, on the denial of credit. That was the last video I did on the denial of credit. Um, the music is up. How do you enroll in class? So what class are you referring to? So the university, YBC University, which is my most prestigious university, aside from my, so in terms of online courses, YBC University is the most prestigious, and that one is going to drop real soon. I'm going to have a mobile app with it. We're going to have a private community and private channels, and then on top of that, you guys will get access to more private channels within the Discord channel. As far as YBC University, so Y as in yellow, Y as in young for YVNG. Billionaires, B as in boy, Billionaires Club, Young Billionaires Club. That's a brand. But YBC University. And so that'll be dropping here. We've had it, it's been dropped since what it dropped 11/11 of 2022. I dropped it. That's when I dropped it. And it's been going, and mad people been getting results, and a lot of testimony. So I'm about to drop this mobile version because we're dropping a travel portal. In this travel portal, I want everybody to be able to learn consumer law and the things that I teach on the go as well too. So we're gonna have that, online app as well. Um, but aside from that, the other membership levels are on the YouTube, and we got the Mob, which is only $25, and we seen Lolita Jones just became a member today with the Mob. So I would love to see, before hopping off here, a couple more people becoming a member, because like I said, I'm going to be dropping 3 to 5 videos tonight for all of my Mob members. But we have the Mob, which is the highest level. That was $25. They do get access to one of my personal mentorship calls every single week within the Mob, and they have private channels as well too within the Discord, outside of everything on the YouTube. But on the YouTube, I give a lot more in depth with the Mob, and go over business credit, corporation, and some trust information as well too. In terms of Billionaires Club, everything consumer law I teach. In terms of the Millionaires Club, that's more basic beginner level stuff. In terms of beginner level intro consumer law, and then basic personal credit stuff. And so, yeah, for me, those are the courses I have as far as working with me one on one. That's my franchise, and then that is my mentorship. And in order to receive either two of those, you guys got to qualify for both of those. So, I'm going to be having some qualification, links, that will be dropped with the websites that we have coming for you guys, to qualify to work with me, because, you know, anybody can work with me, but not everybody will or has the capability of doing such. And so we're going to qualify you guys to work with me in our, franchise. If that's something you guys are looking to do and franchise out with our systems, or if you guys are just looking to work with me and learn consumer law, learn how to do for self, you guys will qualify for that as well too. And that's my one-on-one personal mentorship, and all of that will be dropped real soon for me. So stay tuned for that. Any questions, family? I'm gonna go get some water. I'm gonna step out the office, go get some water. Ugh. Any questions for me? Y'all don't be shy. Y'all don't be shy. Y'all here. Y'all up late night. Y'all better be asking questions. I would not be on nobody's live. That's the thing about me. Like, I'm here for y'all, man. I'm here for the people. A lot of y'all try to schedule calls, are so quick to, blow up my phone for a call, but can't hop on the lives. We're attentive to the mentorship. We're attentive to the university students. We're attentive to those that have invested into themselves. Yeah, of course. In the Billionaires Club, we welcome the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Divine feminine. Without, both, neither would exist. We need the feminine for the masculine to, transpire and ascend and reach its highest. We need that in order to, you know, empower a billion lives, in order to reach that amount of, families. We're gonna need collectively all to come together, divine masculine, divine feminine, and really understand this information that I'm teaching. I'm not just teaching this or talking to talk. Like, each word in which I say, I really hope that you guys understand that, there's meaning behind it, and let's take action on it. A wise man once said nothing at all. I promise you guys, I'd come up here and just say nothing. I'm saying these lives, and in the meantime, while y'all have me here, I'm providing this value for you guys, for us to go out and exercise it. Like, this is things, real life things that have empowered the people within my communities that I want to see empower you guys in your community as well too. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm gonna think about it. I don't want to die. I mean, if you gotta think about it, it's not for you. It's either a fuck yes or a fuck no. And that's with everything in life. And if it's not yet, I mean, maybe it's just not the time. And that's okay. You know? Any questions though for me? Any questions pertaining to student loans? So get that file, get that consumer report, send out a cease and desist letter, go through the debt validation process. As you're going through the debt validation process, draft up an affidavit of fact, get familiar with truth in lending, get familiar with the FDCPA, specifically a loan within the definition section of the FDCPA and truth in lending. You guys can get anything removed off your report. I promise you guys, I just showed you guys a couple different terms within truth and lending that alone can get you guys removals. The affidavit of fact and each letter that we're sending, the affidavit of fact and every other letter that we're sending out as well too is certified mail and is green return receipt as well. On top of the letters we're sending out, with these creditors, we're also sending out CFPB complaints, Attorney General complaints, Lolita. I'm very excited to work with you. I would like to set up a time to schedule a one-on-one. 100%. Let's do it. Feel free to, if you're not already, like I said, in the Discord, get in the Discord. Drop the screenshot that you're in the mob. I'm gonna add you into the private channels, and we can talk more in there. Is it not better incorporating your name and getting a business credit? Is it not better incorporating your name and getting a business credit? Is better than what? I mean, in terms of incorporating your name and getting, so you can incorporate your name and get personal credit as well. That's what we were actually talking about on the last live. that I did with my partner Taquan X. I want you guys all, if you haven't already, you know, go look into his channel, Taquan X. He actually teaches this and how to set up an EIN. Also, my guy Billy. If you guys are in the mob, you guys will see, my guy Billy and me showing you guys and introducing you guys to, everything in his teachings in regards to such. Um, but Taquan X, he shows y'all how to build a personal credit, how to incorporate your name and build personal credit. But if you're gonna incorporate anything, I mean, it could just be any business, and then just be a build business credit, create a DUNS number. Once you create that DUNS number, build it, get an Equifax number, Experian business number. Something he told me as well too on the live, which was fire. Yo, y'all gotta go watch that live. I ain't even gonna tell y'all that video was fire. He said you could create a DUNS number and off your personal name, with all of this. So y'all gotta have that national passport card. But you could create a DUNS number and use this DUNS number to report on the personal side. I said, yo, that's different. So the DUNS number is named off your name, but you're using this just like you would use on the personal side, to build personal credit. So once I heard that, I was like, yo, that's tough. And you can do that with the Equifax business number, an Experian business number, etc. So I heard that and I was like, yo, that's crazy. Go watch that last live, though. That's what he teaches more of. That was my first time hearing that. I've heard, he's been going over the EIN process and helped many people, people within my circle and my community acquire Amex cards, etc. One of my guys is looking to acquire a mortgage as well too, off of this EIN, and so a lot of things in which you guys can acquire. What he did mention though is always long term. The social is the best route in acquiring the largest lines of credit. So that's why it is important. He was saying to know consumer law, so you guys can clean your consumer report, but while cleaning your consumer report, build out this EIN, acquire funding with this EIN, and once your personal report is built out, even acquiring the funding from cleaning your personal report, now you could leverage the funding that you've gotten from this EIN and the funding that you've gotten from the reparations of the negative items on your social. And now once it's fully cleaned and fully swiped of all of the negative items, now you can properly build out your social, and now you can acquire funding with your social. But what he was saying is you'll always receive larger lines of credit with your social, and that's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. No, what's not? No, what's not? No, it's not, bro. What? You don't want to get credit with your social. So he said personal with your social. Okay, y'all been talking for a little bit. I didn't even see what y'all was talking about. Okay, I didn't even see y'all was talking. I'm very excited, okay? Is it not better? I know that finance charge covers the insurance, but does LexisNexis mess with insurance rates? Yeah, LexisNexis does mess with insurance rates. So order your LexisNexis report. Don't freeze it. Order it and then just dispute with them the consumer laws that we're teaching you, specifically the FCRA. Are you able to share credit denial letters? Yeah, within the mob, within the Discord, we will. My questions are too juicy. I get the class going. Everybody want to have an affair with me and a decent time. Okay. Personal with your social. You don't want to get credit with your social. You get anything on credit with your social is not your stuff. It's the state's property. I mean, yes, but in terms of being able to acquire just the largest lines of credit as a whole, like it's always going to be the social. In terms of, yes, right away, but that doesn't mean that you can't discharge it. Once it's discharged, transfer that property into trust and irrevocable trust at that. And the only trust in which I set up and I help teach people how to set up is a 508c1a. That doesn't mean that I don't recommend getting other trusts set up, because I do recommend having multiple trusts, both public trusts and private trusts. What I specifically help people set up within the mentorship and the franchise is a 508c1a, which is a private trust. And so once again, so from that, all of the assets in which we are acquiring are going to be transferred to this trust. But in terms of, you know, acquiring these lines of credit, you're always going to get the largest lines on the social, bigger than a CPN, bigger than an EIN. And yes, of course, business credit, you'll acquire a lot larger lines on the personal side. But in terms of the personal FICO credit scoring system, always with the social, you get the highest limits. That's what I'm mentioning. Granted, do I recommend that is best? No, that's why I recommend having multiple EIN, profiles built out. Even if you guys use, and not too many, like we talked about on the last live, not having a million accounts where you're spreading yourself thin, um, but having a couple accounts, 2 to 3. You said screening, shouting. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Screen shouting what? Oh, I get corporations and people sovereign. The social security number is a trust account that you did not create. That means the property you get is not your stuff. You didn't. You want to get credit in the private side with the EIN and the trust. The EIN is for the trust. Regardless, especially if it's a mortgage, like if you don't got a patent on that land, you don't own it neither. So like whether you got an EIN or whatever number, like you gotta have multiple things in order to properly own and secure the asset just as a whole. In terms of the property, and there being an allodial title, and you buying the property with gold. Like, are there these things that are set up, and there must be these things to properly own these things, and so like what I'm referring to is you just being able to acquire larger lines on the personal side of credit with your social via any other method or way. So if y'all got a way, show me how, and I'm open to it. I'm a student. That's one thing about me. But I mean, just from what I've seen and what my mentor has seen and my business partners have seen, the social has acquired the largest lines, and Taquan specifically has been doing the EINs for like about a year and a half now. And even on the terms of the credit card sizes, I mean, people aren't getting the limits in which people are getting through the social with this EIN on the personal credit side. Granted, he's got a $27,000 credit card he just got approved for. My guy, Billy, he has the gold, it's an unlimited card, the gold card, and then another like $15,000, the blue card, the cashback one. Um, I haven't got my EIN to report yet. I'm still getting mine set up. That's what I was referring to last time on the live, and that's why he threw out, how I can set up a DUNS number or a Equifax number or Experian number, and generate a number through them. Use that number off my name, and then create the account and get the accounts to and all my information in public records and such. You might join the Discord. feel free. That's on you. You get 100 million with your bond to the treasury. You don't need a social security number. I don't teach any of that. Corporation and people sovereignty. If I'm open to you know learning how to get access to that 100 million, because I've heard about it, but I've yet to see anybody do it. I don't mean that, and I don't deny nor you know think otherwise of it not working, but I've seen a lot more millionaires off of things I'm teaching in consumer law and building out and leveraging your credit than I have, with people that have gotten bonds or etc. I have a 780 and I can and cannot get a damn thing. I mean, what's on your report? What's all on your report? It doesn't matter about the score. Like I said, the score is make believe. It's all about your consumer report and what's on it. It's probably not structured or built out right. Bro, I have a bond and promissory note I'm trying to undo. Can you shoot some light onto that, like how to properly special deposit? See, my guy Jimmy, that's something I don't teach, brother. I stay in my lane. You instructed me to screenshot some. Oh yeah, screenshot. The fact that you are in the mob, so you can even just screenshot this live. Lolita. Make sure your username is Lolita within the Discord. Add yourself in the Discord, and then I'll add you into the private channels. If you're not, or if you don't have the link for the Discord, you could privately message me on Instagram right now at Credit Gotti, and through there I'll send you the link for the Discord. Have you received the funds for the bond though? I don't doubt that you've received acceptance of it or any of that. I've gotten accepted for a 1099A of what was it? 1.3, and then like another one of like 230,000. Both accepted from the treasury and all. I got approved. Like I said though, family, I went through the fidelity process, the whole nine. I'm not knocking it, but who am I talking to? In terms of who am I learning from on that aspect? I'm talking to you, corruption and people's sovereignty. For CC, all good. I don't know what that means. See, one thing, a lot of y'all, these processes, I hope people are showing y'all, like, if they're getting the bag, I hope they're showing y'all the bag. The bond is for the discharge. Have you done it? Do you know people that have done it? If so, shit, I would love to see, bro. Drop it in the Discord, please. If you got information that can help the people, my mentor told me, and this is why I started going live, and you're not sharing it with the people, it's selfish of you. Credit cards. Okay, so he says, I'll send you my bond right now. Show it. I'll email it to you. My report has nothing. 4 credit cards, all good. So you have 4 credit cards. Okay. That's why you don't have much on your report other than credit cards. You got to get some other accounts and a mix of different accounts. So go to Rental Karma, add on Rental Karma, add on a mix of different accounts on your consumer report. You don't want more credit cards. What's your utilization at as well too with your credit cards. If your utilization's high, it's also gonna put you at a risk. Keep that utilization between 2 to 8%. Okay, yeah. Just email me at billionaires club with the V at gmail.com. Billionaires, C as in cat, L as in love, V as in Victor, B as in boy at gmail.com. Does anybody have any last minute questions for me? I'm gonna go get some water, come back. If anybody doesn't have any questions by the time I come back, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live here. I appreciate everybody tuning in. It's about to be 1 o'clock here. I know on the East Coast it's 2, 3, 4. It's 4 a.m. on the East Coast, and so I appreciate anybody tuning in from the East Coast. Anybody on the West Coast, 1 o'clock over here, getting late before you guys, you know, head out. You know, get ready for Thursday. Make sure you guys are tuned into the public Discord. What's up, corruption of people's sovereignty? Uh, I'll do this for you. I'll wrap up here while I'm working on my website because I'm not finna. I'll wrap it there while I'm working on my website. Click what link, bro? Did you send it? You referring to your UCC one? Yo, I'm OD excited to drop these websites for y'all. No, I haven't seen no email yet. I'm still waiting for it. My head is looking throbbing. Ooh. It is 1 a.m. Y'all crazy. Who trades though? Y'all don't day trade. Where my traders at? I haven't traded in the past month and I did not feel like me. I've been not in the right headspace. One, and then one, traveling, and then two, she's not in the right headspace, and then three, just getting a lot of other things in the back and finalized, getting this website revamped. The domain's down, so I gotta get the domain back up. So we revamping a whole lot. The markets are busting though right now. At this very moment, they're busting. And they're going to today. Markets are gonna go crazy today. Oh my goodness. I should be sitting in this cell. I think that's just gonna buy the fuck up. I'm waiting next week to trade. Let all this shit play out. A lot of stuff's going on in the news. Um, a lot of stuff. I see a war breaking out for sure. Markets are moving a lot more volatile. War is coming. Y'all heard it here on Credit Gotti's channel first. Hopefully I don't get flagged. But nah. I said I would chill with y'all. I really just want to get these finalized. Alright, let's work. Ugh. Yeah, we done for today, y'all. Y'all don't gotta be tuned in. I might even just do another live so that this live is not too long. Because I want everybody to go through this recording. So that's what we're gonna do. If y'all want to tune in with me, if y'all want to just do a Q&A, y'all want to rap with me late night, let's rap. But we're gonna do it on another live, and I won't save this live. So unless there's just mad bars and game dropped on it. So there can be. I'm ready with questions. And I'll see y'all on this next live. But I appreciate everybody tuning into this live. Make sure you guys are sending this information out, sharing this with your friends, sharing this with your friends, your friends, your family. That's what I was gonna say. Sharing this with individuals that are dealing with, hard times, financial hardships. Share this information with them. I promise you can help them. Not only is their bills hurting them, I promise you they're drowning in student loan debt. I promise you they're drowning in credit card debt. They're drowning in some type of debt that this information on our channel can help them with. So that's really, like I said, a mentor of mine told me if I got information that can help others and I'm not sharing it with other people, it's selfish of me, that I'm, not to share this information with other people. So we all got access to information. Damn, yo. Alright, yo, I'm gonna check out this link. Let me check out this link, bro. Let me check out this link from my guy. Like I said, I'm a student, so let's see what this bond's talking about. I don't see, like I said, bro, I ain't see no link or no email. Might have spelled it wrong. But if you want my email, message me, family, on YouTube, on Instagram, at Credit Gotti. Like I said, I'm gonna go live on a whole nother stream. Nah, I don't know. Depending on how I feel. My laptop just died. That's why I'm saying that now. So I'm about to go charge it. I'm about to drop some information in the Discord right now. I'm about to upload these videos, the 3 to 5 that I talked about. And then you sent it in the chat. Okay, well, I'll have to look after this because my laptop is dead. Oh, you sent it in this chat? I don't see it in this chat. But if you send it in the Discord, that'll be helpful. So message me, at Credit Gotti on Instagram, and I'll be able to help you through there. But I appreciate everybody tuning in this late night, early morning. Let's take action, family, above all else. I'm not doing my job if you guys are constantly coming back with the same issues, with, no results. So let's get results. Let's focus on results. Let's attract results. And let's demand nothing but results. Peace.